On the cloud. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the digital experience team. This is our sprint or iteration recap video. So we'll go over what we released over the last approximately 2 weeks. Today is June 17th, and I believe Tina is up first.
Thanks. So the first item here is the comparison infographic. I completed a first iteration for the design of the platform comparison using GitLab versus GitHub as first use case. There may or may not be some iterations on it before we actually MVC it for reals. We're doing some user testing on it, so we'll see what that reveals. Next, I had set aside some time to work on the solutions template, but due to some reordering of priorities, I didn't work on that, but that did give me some time to review the commit stuff that we've been working on, so that worked out. I also had some time to, which wasn't in the original sprint planning, to work on the product footer. So I have a couple designs out for that are still under review internally. And the last item is, hosted our first session of Design 101. So there's a video there. I'll probably add it to the handbook when I find the time to do that. Javi, you're next.
Thanks, Tina. Over these 2 weeks, I worked on an MR to get, well, over longer than 2 weeks, but for this iteration, I took it off of draft. I have a lot of people who are trying to get eyes on this. Thank you so much to everyone who's given a review so far. I think like once all of that stuff is sorted out, we're probably looking to release like early next week. And so that's really exciting. Let me just open the review app so we can very quickly see. I mean, all of us have seen it, but for those who are watching that haven't seen it, it's like this. Getting this to work. Oh, I had to click on the one thing that didn't take us to a new page. But yeah, getting all this stuff to work, seeing how it holds up against different pages, how CSS conflicts against, especially because we have like different ways that CSS is being used across different pages. I also worked on creating a data schema for our comparison page work that Tina showed some mockups for. And essentially what I did is I tied those data files to Netlify CMS. So if you log into the Netlify CMS admin, you can edit the data that's in there, which is great. Right now, they're not like tied to any like output or any page, but that moves us very nicely so that we can start to use that data across different pages. And yeah, that's it for me. Up next is Nathan.
Yeah, so started off, we upgraded or updated one of the partner pages. So VMware Tanzu. Right now it's just the review app, but I think it's almost done. So it should be out by the end of the day. It's pretty exciting. It's using the template. Next up, what's the next one? There was a bunch of interesting scrolling, actually throughout the site, but mostly on the install page. So I found out what the issue was and fixed. So now the anchors actually go to the proper places and it'll open, close the associated cards. And then also I started a pet project. So I noticed that this was an issue throughout the site where we're trying to link to something that's hidden on the page. So it could be a tab, it could be FAQ. And so I noticed we've been kind of doing one-off solutions for each. So I've just been working on a library that no matter where it is on the site, you can open a hidden element. So hoping to get that done maybe by the end of tomorrow, we'll see. And then the next thing is on the events page. There was a request to add the region filter. So right now we have location and I think type. And so if you scroll down, there should be a third one to apply region. So that'll be good going forward. And then there was also another ask for this page to kind of pre-filter. So in the URL bar to choose what filter you want to have applied. I'm working on that right now and hoping to get that done today. And then there was also an issue to deprecate the training page. So now it redirects to the learning page and then ripped out all those assets and all that old code. And then there's one last thing, and that is the references all over the site to the 2020 DevOps survey. So just updating that to 2021. It's done. I just need a little blurb from one of the content teams. So once I get that, it's good to go. But that's pretty much it for me. Lauren?
right. Did a lot of commit template work this iteration. So finished step 5, where tied it all into Netlify CMS. I really underestimated the amount of time that would take, but got it done. Moved on to step 6, where actually build the data file that generates the commit page. So making sure the content's there. And that is in review of the content team right now. So we're in the home stretch. There's our review app page. Woo. And I think if you scroll to the top, there you go. There's the nav. Perfect. But yeah, that's the thing. Our whole team's been working on for, gosh, over a month, and it's really excited to see it there. It's all coming into fruition. And I also finished most of step 6.1, which was an issue that me and Tina worked in to gather all the UX fixes. So when we put the template together, there are some things that are off here, there, and we've tackled most of them. There's a couple ones that we're still going to work on. I'm hoping to wrap those up this week. And the GCP partner page. Oh, we're still looking at the, there we go. GCP partner page is live, and that is exciting. And we're going to be wrapping up most of the feature partner pages pretty soon here. So that uses the new template. Super cool. And then I did a quick little blog category SEO fix. And this is where each of our category pages were using the same title. So I just did a thing where it now slightly shows a different title based on what page you are in the category. Helps with SEO. And over to Laura.
Yeah, thanks. So I released the free trial page. So that's live now on the site. So a nice little kind of rebuild of this page. Shows both of these forms in each of these little tabs. Keeps you on the same page now, which is a little bit nice. Yeah, there's a little drop down for SAS. SAS, I guess, was confusing some users, and it just adds a little bit of context. So yeah, and yeah, as Javi is showing, if you type in self-managed, it brings you to the self-managed form, versus if you just join or go to the free trial page, it brings you to the SAS form. So yeah, people have that link bookmarked, it'll still work. And then finished up a free trial banner built in Slippers. So this is just in Storybook right now. None of the functionality, like trying to close this banner, is not going to work, but it will once it's imported into the www repo. So it's there in mobile and desktop. And so that will slowly start. I have an issue to slowly start propagating that on various pages, probably our top 15 pages that we want to increase clicks to free trial. And then lastly, HashiCorp is another one of the partner pages that we were working on. This I am hoping to release, if no one objects, by the end of the day. So it is very similar to the other pages we saw earlier, showing our new partner page for HashiCorp. And that's it for me. And next is Jess.
So the first thing I got there is the MVC1 design for the contact sales page. Let me show the Figma. It's mostly a reskin, some updated copy. The one big change is the customer case study section. And if Javi, if you go up to the left sidebar and hit customer case studies, you can see all of them. It's kind of like a thing you can click through and see the various quotes that we pulled straight from our case studies. So the user can see not just the people that are using us, but what they're saying about us too. And then the next thing is the demo. Similar, it's an MVC1, mostly a UI skin with slippers. Again, some updated copy because we have an updated video as well. 3-minute Vimeo video is going to be launching with this, and so we just had to update the copy. And then a little bit more of a, instead of a dead end here, when you see the video, we have, still have questions. You can either try GitLab or watch a demo, that kind of stuff, or probably not watch a demo, something else. Yeah, that's it. Stephen?
Yep, excuse me. Completed competitive analysis. Competitive is a new word for you. within Figma. So just looking at some different feature pages on software companies and just other companies as well, just to get an idea. Connected with Bree on the content team to reevaluate the content and the strategy on the features page. If anyone, there's an issue there, it's just the features issue, but had a good meeting with her so to decide on the direction on that. There's a lot of content on that page that seems very old and out of date. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to change that so that we can manage it going forward, depending on what the strategy is. Moved into low fidelity mocks as well, so you kind of skip wires and just jump straight into that and start messing around in Figma. Brought Nathan up to speed on the issue due to Brandon's departure. So Nathan has taken over that work, just bringing up to speed on the decisions that we've made thus far, making sure that there's a seamless shift into these things. Myself and Nathan have had a couple of meetings discussing this, about what way we want to tackle our 6 pages from our OKR. And there's also an issue submitted for some data analysis for the features page itself with Niall. He is really busy, so he can't give me an ETA on that just yet, which I think is his MO right now for everybody because how busy he is. And that's me. That's it. That's everybody.
Awesome. Thank you. And we'll see you next time.